best thing was it came to the charts in 2 days. And everybody thought it was a fiddle because our managers' stores send in these, what is it, record things? Returns. And everybody down south thought, he's buying them himself or he's just fiddling the charts, you know. But he wasn't.
Actually, we've been at it a long time before that. We've been to Hamburg. I think that's where we found our style. We developed our style because of this fellow there. He used to say, you've got to make a show for the people. And he used to come up every night shouting, Mac Show. So we used to Mac Show, and John used to dance around like a gorilla, and we'd all, you know, knock our heads together and things like that. Anyway, we got back to Liverpool, and all the groups there were doing this sort of shadows type of stuff. And we came back, leather jackets and jeans and funny hair, macking show, which went down quite well.
We just bought leather jackets, not for the group. One person bought one, I can't remember, and then we all liked them, so it ended up we were all on stage with them. We'd always worn jeans because we didn't have anything else at the time, yeah. And then we went back to Liverpool and got quite a few bookings, you know, they all thought we were German. You know, we billed us from Hamburg, and they all said, you speak good English, you know, things like that. So we went back to Germany, and we had a bit more money the second time. So we bought leather pants, and we looked like 4 Gene Vincents, only a bit younger, I think. And that was it, you know, and we just kept the leather gear, till Brian came along.
It was a bit sort of old hat anyway, all wearing leather gear. And we decided we didn't want to look sort of ridiculous, just going on, because more often than not, sort of too many people would laugh. It was just stupid. We didn't want to sort of appear as a gang of idiots. And Brian suggested that we just sort of wore ordinary suits. So we just got what we thought were quite good suits and just got rid of the leather gear. That was all.
And you had yours pinched anyway.
Oh yeah, I had my pants pinched anyway.
We didn't laugh at them in Liverpool.
We do like the fans and enjoy reading the publicity about us, but from time to time you don't realise that it's actually about yourself. You see your pictures and read articles about, you know, George Harrison, Ringo Starr, and Paul and John. But you don't actually think, oh, that's me, that I am in the paper. It's funny, it's just as though it's a different person.
When we go home, you know, we go in early in the morning when we finish the job, and the kids, you know, they don't know you at home. But if they find out, well, where I live, they get the drums out, you know, and beat it out, because it's a play street, and, you know, there's no traffic or nothing bothering them. And once, when the boys came for me, they popped in to see my mum and my dad, you know. We had to go out the back because, you know, there's 20 or 30 outside. And they wouldn't believe me, mother, you know, they'd knock in saying, can we have their autographs? So it built up, you know, so much. There was about 200 kids all around the door, and they was peeping through the window and knocking, you know. In the end, my mother was ill, you know, she's terrified out of her life, just all these kids and boys and girls and that, you know.
They send us a lot of jelly babies and chocolates and things like that, because somebody wrote in one of the papers about presents and things that we had given to us, and John said he got some jelly babies, and I ate them. But ever since that, we've been inundated. We had about 2 ton a night. But the main trouble is they tend to throw them at us when we're on stage. And once I got one in my eye, which wasn't very nice. In fact, I've never been the same since.
It all sounds complaining that, you know, we're not. We're just putting the point is that, you know, it affects your home more than it does yourself, you know, because you know what to expect. But your parents and your family, you know, they don't know what's happening. How long are you going to last? Well, you can't say, you know. You can be big-headed and say, yeah, we're going to last 10 years. But as soon as you've said that, you think, you know, we're lucky if we last 3 months, you know.
Well, obviously we can't keep playing the same sort of music until we're about 40, because when we're sort of old men playing From Me to You, nobody's going to want to know it's all about that sort of thing. So, you know, we've thought about it, and probably the thing that John and I will do will be write songs, as we have been doing as a sort of sideline now. We'll probably develop that a bit more, we hope. Who knows, at 40 we may not know how to write songs anymore.
I hope to have enough money to go into a business of my own by the time we do flop. And, I mean, we don't know, it may be next week, it may be 2 or 3 years, but I think we'll be in the business, either up there or down there, for at least another 4 years.
I've always fancied having a lady's hairdressing salon, you know, a string of them, in fact, and trot round with my stripes and my tails, you know. Like a cup of tea, Mother?
Gorgeous, George. George, how did you feel when you were in a plane and the door flew open?
Cold.
You ought to write the comic cuts, you know. Oh, this is Ringo. This is no good. George,
He's
how many
over there.
guitars do you actually use?
How many? Well, one at a time.
You only use one.
But I've got about...
How many have you got?
4.
4.
Yeah.
They all look so beautiful as that. Ah, listen to those.
I
There you
got
go.
this the other day.
Yeah.
This
And what
is
about
the new one.
this is the new one?
Yeah,
It's
it's
very
the-
expensive.
It's not.
No?
No,
I
made
won't
it
ask you
myself.
how much it is. How about this hair now? Is it real or is it a wig?
It's a real wig.
It's a real. Is it plastic or is it? I mean, it's
Fiberglass.
Real fiberglass. Okay, that's okay, George. It's Beatle time again. Hello, Ringo.
Hello?
Lots of cards as usual, especially about the rings on your fingers. It says, "Dear Ringo, why do you have all those rings on your fingers? Do they represent anything?"
No, I wear them on my fingers because I can't put them through my nose, you see. Not enough room.
Let's have a look at them. You've got 4 on here, but how many do you actually have?
649 and a half.
You've counted them recently, obviously. Here's a great one. I've never seen a close-up of the Beatles from the knees down.
Very lucky.
So please, could we have one on the show? And what size shoes do they take? I mean, what size shoes do you take?
7.
What about Paul?
8 and a half.
And George?
7 and a half.
What about John?
42.
Oh, yeah. Ringo, why do you dislike Donald Duck?
I know, you can't understand
Say
it.
that again. I think it's a good enough reason, don't you? Yeah. Could you tell me, or this is the girl, would you tell her what you and Paul have got written on your bracelets?
Oh, it is. On one side, it's got Richie, because my real name's Richard, don't tell anybody.
Yeah.
And on
It
the
is?
other side, it's
Richard.
got 21st birthday, love, Mum.
Lovely.
Good old mother.
That's very nice.
Mime time. We've got 4 girls picked out an audition earlier in the week who are going to mime to a Brenda Lee disc. And we have a judge to pick out the best of the 4 when they've done it. The judge being Mr. Paul McCartney. Good evening. You're keen on budding Brenda Lees, are you?
Oh, yes.
I'll bet you are, yes. Right. A terrific performance from 4 would be Brenda Lees. Well, I wonder if our panel of judges has made up its mind and is unanimous.
Oh, yes, it has.
It is. It has.
has,
Yes. Paul, who's it going to be?
I think the winner, as far as I'm concerned, number 4.
Number 4, Melanie Coe. Here's a prize, Melanie, the LP from Paul, and all our congratulations. Very well done. Thank you.
Hello, Paul. Hello, gorgeous Paul. I got some questions to ask you here. It says, please, could you tell me the name of your racing greyhound?
I haven't got one, actually.
You haven't?
No, it's a... Well, a girl sent in a letter to me, and she said, would you like a Grayson Greyhound?
A Grayson?
And I said, yeah. But she hasn't sent it yet.
She hasn't. Oh. How did she send it through the post? I'm sure she will.
No, she hasn't sent it yet. I hope she does, though. You know.
Oh, here's a
I
great
like
one. Listen. Is it true you sleep with your eyes open?
Well, you know, I haven't seen myself do it, but actually, the fellas say that I do.
They do?
You know, they've sort of seen me
You
sleeping with my eyes open. I haven't
They
seen
really
you,
have?
Joe.
How can you do that?
I don't know, you know, it's just sort of half
You're just
open.
clever. Just brilliant, Paul. That's
Yeah.
what it is. Please ask Paul if he plucks his well-shaped eyebrows. I think he... Do you?
No.
You know, and it doesn't look so... No, they're perfectly
I don't.
natural girls.
No,
They're absolutely beautiful. Paul, do you mind girls screaming all through your act?
No, we like them screaming, generally, all of us, but it's a bit much all the way through.
Yeah.
But we love them screaming.
Yeah. So, you do. There'll be some screaming now, so what's your next number going to be?
I'll get you.
You will?
Last week we promised to send LPs to the senders of the 3 best questions for the Beatles. We'd like to send the top prize to the sender of this outfit, but in fact we haven't got a name and address to go with it, which is a pity, because it's a terrific effort. Ringo, could you hold the other end? Mate, thank you. It says Beatles across the top, and then it says John and Paul and George and Ringo, and every card has got a different question on it, which I think is a terrific effort, don't you? However, we have got the name of Jennifer Fortnum of Eghamswood Road, Beaconsfield, who would like to know. Could you tell me what the Beatles would prefer to do, have a night out with Bridget Bardot or £1,000? Paul?
A night out with Bridget.
John?
£1,000.
Ringo?
Bridget.
George?
Both, please.
Both? I'm not surprised. You got the right idea. You could teach these other guys something. Another question. He's older than you. From Celia Johnson of Stanley Avenue, Wembley, could you ask the Beatles their views on dialectic materialism? Paul?
What?
Ringo?
What's that?
George?
Yes, I enjoy it.
You enjoy it. John?
Well, I've been thinking about this one. The 19th century political theories, Marx and Hegel, involved a theory that the head-on clash conflicting ideologies produced a state of temporary equilibrium until threatened by the next stage in political thought. In my opinion, the ultimate validity still has to be tested.
Yeah.